January 28, 2008, and I'm at Stansted Airport in England. I'm here because my favorite band, Iron Maiden, has invited us to film the first leg of their Somewhere Back in Time world tour. This tour is based on the classic World Slavery Tour from 1985, which is back when I first became a fan.
That's a thing of beauty.
Over the next 6 weeks, we'll travel 40,000 miles on Iron Maiden's private 757, Ed Force One, and watch them play 21 cities in 12 countries across 4 continents. That's an average distance of 2,000 miles between each show. And what's even more impressive is that lead singer Bruce Dickinson is flying the plane.
The airplane idea started off as a crazy gleam in my eye. And I went, wow, if you could get all your gear into an airplane, you could cut down hugely on the amount of dead space we have in touring. So I said, what happens if you just join up all the countries that accountants say, you can't go there, it costs too much. And we just join them up and we go, bum, 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 bum. Yes, we can, because we've got our own magic carpet.
The idea of specially modifying a plane to take the band, 70 crew, and over 12 tons of equipment has never been attempted before. This could be the most ambitious tour in rock history, and everyone seems a little nervous to see if they can pull it off.
So when you're going around the world and you're trying to combine passenger and freight on the same plane, on that level, it's very, very hard. We knew what we had to do. We had to get the engineers involved to make sure the plane could stand that stress of flying with that much freight in the back. To get all of that together took a year. Everything else was in place. We'd got the visas, we'd got the equipment, we'd got everything. The only thing we hadn't got was the authorization to fly the plane.
I was the nut in the nutcracker, as it were, because when it came to that morning and we still hadn't signed off on the bits of paper we needed to get the airplane airborne, I was in a stressful place.
The tyre was a little bit flat this morning, not dangerously so, but just as a precaution we put a new wheel on it. Not like Formula One.
Right, young man who brought the wine, is that him?
Yeah.
Front and centre, take your hands out of your pocket.
How come we shouldn't have our hands in our pockets?
Because it shows a slovenly attitude, a type of attitude that is easily displayed by ex-colonialists like you lot. Ian, what did you tell me to do with the documentary people if they annoyed me? You said I've got to be really nice to you.
Iron Maiden's always been a band that's maintained their privacy to a certain level over the years. They never really had like a camera crew kind of come into their lives who are outsiders, and we don't really know what to expect.
So 10 out.
Well, good morning. Welcome
good
to
morning.
Stansted.
Who are you?
Because as we drove into the airport, everybody had arrived. There were you guys out there with the cameras, and Rob was telling us to be nice to you and all this. And I was, yeah, you don't come out of my face. Right, come in. I didn't really sleep a lot the night before. It was because it's like going on holiday. When when you're a kid and get anxious and don't want to go to bed, just want to go away.
Oh yes, here we go, Ed Force One. Hey, you freaking beauty!
And you got a whole page on there.
I must admit I was a bit sceptical about it all. The idea of band and crew travelling on the same plane was like a trip you do away in a coach somewhere and have a few cans of beer in the back, like a day trip, except that it lasted 6 weeks.
I think the only time we'd ever travel with a crew was back in the late 70s, where basically there was only one crew member. There was all a band and one guy.
I think it's something everyone look forward to, actually, because all crews are maniacs, and ours has got their share of characters.
No interviews, tax purposes. Sorry, you're not allowed in this section. I'm sorry, you haven't got a special pass.
So we got the rubber stamp of approval. We're all strapped down and palleted and firebagged and everything else. And we're good to go.
Good to go. Everything was just going swimmingly. And I sat in the flight deck going, there are so many things that could go wrong. Just take a deep breath and wait till they close all the holds, and then we can go.
4 hours 45 is the flying time. Bit windy when we get to Baku, and then a stonking tailwind take us to Mumbai. 3 hours 47 to Mumbai. Plenty of time to drink Nico's bottles of wine. See you later, and we'll get ourselves underway. All right? Bye for now. Cheers.
666 Tower, via Sierra 1, clear for takeoff, wind 290, 10 knots.
Via Sierra 1, clear takeoff, 5 knots.
I've done plenty of takeoffs in Boeing 757s, but this particular one was rather special. You know, it was like, I was so glad to get the wheels up and get underway.
London 5-star, 766, passing 2,800.
Everybody was just chuffed to bits in the airplane. You know, the seats were all comfy and the row crew couldn't believe the leg room, and then the cabin crew started serving the drinks and the grub and everything else. Everybody was like, yeah, great! This is the way to do it.
Getting here on Thursday, the band's been mobbed by young rock fans keen to get a closer look at their heroes. Although Iron Maiden struggle to get any radio airplay back home, they still fill stadiums around the world. This new plane means they can play more shows in more countries than any other group can. Despite being around for decades, Iron Maiden are spearheading a new wave of hard rock here in India. Teenagers fed up with mass-market Bollywood music are buying into heavy metal in a big way. Matt Smith, Sky News, Mumbai.
Are you happy? It's not even funny, man.
Put it down, we got the big helium.